So Facebook and YouTube go straight online. LinkedIn and Twitch do not. That's fine. Oh well. That's cool. Is YMCA sharing it? I had to write an article. Oh, Favourite game? Ooh, okay. Well, at the moment, actually, I'm going to say it's Rocket League because they've just introduced this new what's the word for it? New mode called Heatsink. So basically, it's not even Rocket League anymore. It's just basically volleyball. So you hit the ball and it automatically goes to the person's goal. So this game mode has almost made me good. So I like the game. It's not even that. You know, you could play this if you had no arms and legs.
A basic man. My favourite game is FIFA. I assume I'm good at it until I play someone else, I'm afraid. That is me. Have you achieved anything? What's your best achievement with a game or anything like that?
Best achievement? Okay, so back when Xbox 360 and Halo 3 was a big deal.
That's a blast from the past there.
I played that religiously for hours. I remember staying up once for 48 hours straight and then feeling ill. There's an achievement on there called Mongoose Mowdown. Now, anybody who plays Halo 3 knows that the Mongoose Mowdown achievement is almost impossible to get. So the basic premise of it is there's loads of vehicles. You've got the tanks, you've got the warthogs, you've got the race, loads of big vehicles, and then there's this piece of rubbish vehicle called a Mongoose, which is essentially a quad bike gaming. And the aim is that you've got to be able to run and kill someone over with it, which, if you've not got enough speed, is impossible. And I got it one day when I was losing horrifically in this game match, and I'd given up and just decided to drive the Mongoose around the map. And I accidentally run this guy over and got the achievement.
Wow! Oh, so you didn't even plan the achievement?
Actually, if anything, I was being the worst teammate ever. My team was being drastically killed. They needed my help, and I was just chilling on a Mongoose, and I got the achievement. It was a great moment.
Well, there we go. If you have footage of that or anything like it, we'd love to see it. There was a really good thing I saw earlier, Charlie, on the Twitch stream, where I think Chris had built 2 massive ships on Minecraft, and then you just loaded it with TNT, and you put it out to the world and said, if we get 30 likes, not a big number, we'll blow it all up. I think there was 18 or 19 likes, and before he even had a moment to defend it, you were like, no, blow it up. And it all blew to smithereens. That was my first ever look at Minecraft.
Do you know what the best bit about the whole thing was? To make sure that Chris couldn't stop me, I got a young person to come in and do it. So if he stopped it, he looked really bad. So he had to let us destroy his really hard work build. I mean, that took him 2 days, and we just destroyed it in like 20 seconds.
There we go. Best gaming achievements there. I haven't really got a gaming achievement, but I think my other achievement is I feel like I've watched every single video on YouTube and every single film on Netflix currently. I've seen it all. I know hundreds of hours of content is being created every second, but I've done it. I've seen it all. That's a claim I've got there. So we'll move straight on to our Friday feelings. Charlie, how do you feel about this week? Give us a review of your week, what you've done, anything different, some funny stories and activities, or how your mental and physical health has been.
So, my week's been good, been busy. As a lot of you know, we do have a lot of services on offer and virtual, and about 90% of them I'm active on. I also go into the King's Inn homeless shelter for the YMCA every Wednesday and perform activities with the young people there and chill out with the staff there to make sure they're doing okay. And also, when I go and do my essential food shopping, there is a coffee machine there. So, although the coffee shops are shut down, I still get a good coffee. So, it's a win-win. Mental health and physical health is doing okay. I'm doing my Boris walk every evening. I'm finding it's better to do it in the evening or early in the morning than during the day, because otherwise social distancing is a problem. But other than that, everything's going well. How about you, Rupert?
That's good. So I've done lots of reports this week. Part of our work is to run youth clubs. Then we've got to report on it for funders and our organisation and others who want to know about what we're doing. And as well as Kick the Dust, as a shout out to them, we've been going into the hostels as key workers and trying to support our clients as best we can. We've come up with a great idea of making VR headsets, haven't we, Charlie? And so I've been in, got some cardboard together and made some VR headsets. I haven't got any with me currently. I'll just show you. Blue Peter style, one I made earlier. But you plug your phone in and you can take a historical trip around Norwich Museum, a bit of King's Lynn as well. And that's been a really positive outlet for some of the young people today. Other things I've done a quiz with my friends recently. I did a weakest link challenge. I hosted myself as Anne Robinson and came up with some very witty quotes to be quite boisterous about them with, which is absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed that. You're saying whose parachute has sadly failed to open and whose brain elevator doesn't reach top floor. Anne Robinson of the weakest link was absolutely brutal, but we had a right laugh over that. That was good. At the weekend, I'm having a little Zoom with my parents, and we're going to try and play a game of Risk over Zoom.
I was actually looking at that. I think I'm trying to find another one.
Well, no, I don't know if it's a virtual one, but I've got the board game Risk, and so have they. So we're going to try and talk to each other, set up two boards and sort of roll the dice manually and see if we can get it going. So it might be like a Monopoly session, a weeks-long game. But that's something I'll have to give a go. I've also been out for my Boris walks. I've watched copious amounts of Netflix. And I've been trying to film some fitness videos, which we're going to talk about later. Part of our social media outreach is to be able to get to you guys in every sort of way and support you in different outlets. And one of those ways is a challenge or a fitness video. So I'm not quite as gorgeous. I don't have the long locks like Joe Wicks does, but I'm going to be trying to do a PE session with you. So I'm going to look silly. Charlie's going to do it, I'm sure, at one point. He'll be putting that Dr. Pepper down in his hand and joining me on some fitness sessions.
I was going to say zero sugar, but it's really not.
Oh, well, that's it. Okay, Charlie, yes. I've got a game for you. I have got some famous quotes, and I want to see if our viewers can get them before you. Okay, I'm going to start with a famous one. So we need like a tagline or slogan, maybe like, I don't know, the quizzy quotes.
We need to speak to the editor. We'll speak to the editor and we'll see if we can have something drop in whenever we do a quiz.
That's it. Something flash across the screen.
Next podcast, there'll be something jazzy that pops up. You watch.
That's it. We're learning on the job. So, first quote. If you're watching this, see if you can get it as well. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Oh, that's an easy one. That's 007, man.
007, James Bond, hopefully in all the films as well. Very good. Another famous one is, we're going to need a bigger boat.
I know this one as well.
Come on.
Oh no, I've got brain fart. That's the worst thing in the world.
Mate, your brain is illegally parked. It's Jaws.
Oh, yeah, the scene where the boat actually, the shut pops up. Oh, damn.
That's the one. Okay, we've got a bit of a harder one here, and it's nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Oh, my God.
It's a difficult one.
I know it.
It's an oldie, but a goldie.
The thing is, I know it, and you're going to tell me, and I'm going to want to punch a chicken.
And it is Dirty Dancing.
Oh, mate.
Patrick Swayze.
I didn't know it's Dirty Dancing. I think I knew it from Family Guy, to be fair. So.
Brilliant. Well, we won't quote Family Guy. I'm just putting it out there now. Okay. We've got, you're only supposed to blow the doors off.
Oh, that's...
Come on, what is it? Come on.
I know this one.
You do. If I give you the actor.
No.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
How do you not know this?
I do know. It's the one with the. It's come on, it's got the minis in it.
The 3 minis. It's a country as well.
Yeah. Oh my god. How do I not remember the title? This is really hard when you put on the spot. This is such a stupid game.
We did a script and these answers weren't in there earlier. Absolutely ruined you there.
Oh,
yeah, and they won't be for future rounds. Come on, it's the Italian Job. The Italian job.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one you will get. You shall not pass.
Oh, that's easy. Star Wars. Now, Lord of the Rings.
Yes. No. We all know it's Harry Potter and the Two Towers.
And the Goblet of Gandalf.
The Goblet of Gandalf. It's an interesting one. That's it. Oh, I'm loving it. Okay. Oh, they've got a TV one now. An oldie but a goldie. It's like, this time next year, we'll be millionaires.
Oh, that's an easy.
Straight on. On to the next one. It's a quick one. Diagonally.
Oh, that one. Oh, see, we just made a joke about that. Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter.
This is awful. Absolutely awful. Everyone's just unsubscribing continuously right now.
Well, actually, if you go on the Twitch stream, people are giving me the answers.
No, they're not. Unbelievable. Oh, there you go.
I've got it up on the side. I'm just watching it like...
That's perfect. I had a look, so I'm clearly too busy in my life. Okay, the next one we've got, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh, mate, I'm going to punch my kidneys in a minute.
I mean, are you just Googling it? I can see you typing away.
It's the thing is, when you said that, what popped into my head then was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, we're not having that. As a great channel. Shout out to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Come on, you can guess this at home. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Crocodile Dundee.
Mate, he's just Googled that.
No.
Unbelievable.
It's when he gets caught by the muggers, isn't it? And they put out that little blade on him.
Oh, yes. Oh, there we go in the comments. We got it. Okay. And lastly, another famous, very, very famous TV series. And it's often said at the end of it. And it goes, and on that bombshell.
What?
You see, at the end, he says, and on that bombshell, good night.
You're welcome.
Nope.
A famous TV series.
Yep.
How old is this TV series?
Still going on today. Just with different actors or different hosts.
Oh my god, it's one of those. I don't really watch it. I bet this is going to be something I don't watch.
Come on. It's got 3 very famous people in, and they went off to do a spin-off on Amazon Prime.
Oh, what, Top Gear?
Yay! Jeremy Clarkson, and on that bombshell.
I don't know that. Yeah,
that's awful, really. I think you got 3 in that round, or something awful.
I did not do well.
Yeah, don't worry, this will be replaced with a scoreboard. I'll probably just draw on it, actually, just your face, and then just bad marks, really.
Bubble with a "you suck."
We'll do that. We'll quote the cow next one. That's the best one. So there we are. There's a quiz to keep you engaged, as it were. I really hope you do something better than that. And on these Friday Feelings podcasts, we'll do some sort of trivia quiz and then game. We've got another one a bit later on, which will keep you engaged. But the more popular this gets, we might do live interactions as well. But we're going to talk a bit about COVID-19. Now, what is that, Charlie? Well, that is something that I hope everyone's heard of, but unfortunately it won't be portrayed in the best light, and we'll all have heard really mixed things about it on social media. You just flick onto Facebook or the TV or your news feed, and it's just littered with jargon and unhelpful information. So, Charlie, COVID-19, if you've got it, if you've got the coronavirus, what are the symptoms?
Okay, good symptom to know is you have a dry cough.
Indeed.
It's a good standard symptom. You have a sore throat.
A good standard symptom? Don't think it's good.
Could be worse. It could be high-rate pneumonia.
Where'd you go after that? Yeah, no, you're right. It could be.
Yeah.
What's the other one? There's 2 main ones.
There's 2 main ones. So you've got cold-like symptoms, you've got a sore throat, and you've got a dry cough. And you've got high temperature.
Indeed. There will be a lot of things about there, but we think, and we tried to pick those out as the main ones, we think they're important. And so often this is called the invisible enemy. Our PM Boris Johnson said we've got to find this invisible enemy and we've got to get a treatment for the invisible enemy. But Charlie, do you know the parameters that are set by the PM and the government currently? Parameters means just the rules and regulations about, can we go outside frequently? Can I go ocean diving off Chroma? Or can I go to work regularly?
I can answer you right now. No. Okay, so our parameters have been set based on the fact that the symptoms do not show for up to 2 weeks. With that being said, social distancing, which is a term described for us basically staying at least 2 meters apart from each other,
2 meters.
because it's been almost confirmed that it's airborne within that distance. And then social isolation. Now that sounds pretty. When you say it like that, that sounds really scary. But actually, what it's saying is stay at home. Play your Xbox, read a book, play a game with your family, get to know your brother a little bit better, get to know your sister a little bit better, help your mum with the cooking. It just means stay away from other people, because ultimately what this does, by staying at home, if someone has COVID-19 and they're in a different house to you, how is it going to spread?
Quite right. Indeed, it's only go outside for food or things like that, for emergency supplies. You can only go out to get sort of like health things or health reasons, and only go out for work if you cannot work from home. Charlie, where do you work from?
I work from my home.
Correct, and so do I, and that's why I'm so bored. I got this ugly cow behind me. That is the dream. We're both sat, I'm sat in my kitchen currently. We'll post videos later on Wednesdays about our home life and about what's going on at work. Charlie, where are you?
I'm inside my living room, chilling out with the cat and the rabbits.
The cat and the rabbit. I had guinea pigs earlier as well. Have you eaten them?
I've got a guinea pig in there somewhere as well.
Have you got a chicken to punch?
No, not at the moment. I'll go find one later during my
Boris walk. During your Boris walk. I love a good Boris walk. It's yes, again, if you go outside, stay 2 meters apart. Really clear. Try not to go outside. If you do, an hour recommended for a Boris walk or some exercise. Don't travel as best you can, or go abroad. There's some really strange parameters and rules about going abroad, so check in with the Gov website. It's really clear. Right at the top of the banner, it expresses the rules on the Gov website.
I'm young. It doesn't affect me. Why do I need to stay away from other people?
Well, it does affect you, because young people, unfortunately, are contracting this disease as well. Old or young, rich or poor, tall or short, you can catch it. Now, there's a word we'll go on to later, but I'm still going outside because actually I feel fit and healthy. Well, you can get it systematically or asystematically. Now, that is a complex word. Charlie, I've given you the definition of it, but if you haven't looked at it, what do you think it is?
What's that?
Asymptomatic. We've heard this in the PM's updates daily,
Play your sentence again. Sorry, someone just messaged on the chat and I was seeing what they were saying.
So often when the PM does, or the Secretary of State, or a governing official or a minister addresses the nation at roughly 5 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday, and there's some weekend ones as well. We'd recommend that, and we'll put links in for that. They often throw around some jargon and some words. So we're going to go through them. The first one is asymptomatic. What is that?
Asymptomatic. So I'm guessing, I have no idea what it means, but if I had to go on a good guess, I'd base it on the idea of people contracting the illness with somebody potentially passing it on without showing symptoms to somebody who will then show symptoms.
I need a bell, because that is ding, 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 ding. Correct, Alamando. Well done. Asymptomatic means absent of symptoms when you still have COVID-19. So when you get a cold, sometimes do you have different symptoms come through, or you can get things and pass things on, even if you don't have a cough, a dry cough, or a high temperature, you still can carry it and pass it on. So that is why it affects old and young. And Charlie, you could have it. We haven't seen each other or been in contact in weeks. But if you came to my house, I could just come down with it, and I haven't seen anyone else, because you could be a carrier. And that's why you're on the other end of that camera, because I don't trust you. For now. Okay. Cobra. What on earth is that?
Cobra is the code name given to the government office for strategic operations around crisis.
Wrong. It's a snake.
Nah.
Aren't I right? Thank you. It's spelled COBR, or you can spell it COBRA, and it means Cabinet Office Briefing Rooms. I thought it was a group of individuals, but it's briefing rooms, and the A is Briefing Room A. And government bodies meet to discuss high priority issues, i.e. COVID-19 and lockdown. It's basically just a room where a bunch of important people gather to discuss the important issues that are going on and then make decisions.
Like Stormbreaker.
Like Stormbreaker. Yeah. Good link. We'll have a Stormbreaker scene flash across the screen next.
Not the film, though. That did not do well at all.
No, we won't talk about that. Okay. Easy one. PPE. This has been thrown around by NHS ministers and people.
PPE, that's personal protective equipment. So that is linked to the items of clothing, items that are needed to be worn to protect yourself from COVID-19.
What's a protective clothing item?
An FFP3 face mask.
I haven't got a clue what that is. There's so many. This is why we do these jargon busting things, because I've no idea what they are.
So, a lot of people in the panic buying mode bought toilet roll, which, by the way, is still a pointless buy, everyone. The second
PPE. My stack. I've got a huge stack of toilet roll.
The second one was face masks. But the issue is that from doing research, because I'm stuck at home bored, the coronavirus is 0.03, I think it's MN, I don't know what that stands for, in size. Now, only FFP3 filter face masks seem to work. But there's nothing to panic about, because that's only an issue if you are a healthcare professional, so NHS, which is why the massive stock of it has gone to them.
Wow, that is quite impressive. I've actually seen them. They've got a little box on the front of the mask, haven't they?
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. I think it's very, very clever. And kudos to the people who have given them so freely. I think they've got donations and they've bought them. So they have done a wonderful job. So the next one, this is a complicated one. We will have heard in the addresses and updates the word when Sage comes through, or when we use Sage, or when we all get together and discuss the results from Sage. What is Sage?
If it's anything like I know it from business, I'm assuming it is a platform that measures statistical data based around the coronavirus spread.
I mean, I'll probably give you a point for that. Yes. Basically, it's a mix of, well, it's predominantly software, the company. It's a non-government software, and it's professionals putting data in from across all forms of sciences and health boards, and it's fed into the software with professionals interpreting the data and explaining it to government, or to our government, so they can make the right decisions at the right time. Coin that phrase very clearly. It's very, very valuable that Sage is part of our line of work and that it's going on in government, because it's all the data collected, fed by professionals, maybe in the Sage meetings or the Cobra meetings, that they can discuss what's going on. Okay, from that, the last one is, what on earth is flattening a curve? So what's a curve? What's a flatten?
The whole point of this social isolation and social distancing is first to stop the spread of the virus, to get rid of it, but primarily to support the NHS, because the whole aim is to
break that word down.
I'm trying to remember what the word is now. The whole point of is to change the curve of the spread. So if you look at every graph on the news, every graph anywhere, you can see that it's shooting up. Now, at some point, there's a line there where, if it goes above that line, the NHS is no longer able to manage the amount of patients that are coming through their doors. So we need to sort that curve out, and we need to make sure it stays underneath that line to ensure that our NHS can manage and we can get the best support that is on offer.
I love it. I'm just imagining those exact words. We got to sort this curve out, lads. NHS got to sort this curve out. We don't want that. We want that. We don't want that. We don't mean no like it. No like it. Quite right. Flattening a curve. It basically is used in a graph term, isn't it? It's just we need to stop numbers rising so our NHS can cope. And we have a special guest. I've got a cow. You've got a cat.
He's licking himself. Good old cat.
What's the cat called?
Maslow.
And that is another theory for another day. Okay, so that is a bit of jargon busted down for you. Some big words. I'm not sure about that. Go on.
I've heard the word fake news, terminology used by Mr. Trump quite a lot,
Yes.
to define places that are giving us wrong information. Now, one good little fact, which the British government has been incredible for, if you are looking for information on COVID-19 and you Google it, all of the posts at the top are being specially picked, and they are the ones that have been checked by the government and have been confirmed. It's all been put in order of importance. So when you search COVID-19 or coronavirus, all posts relating are put in order based on the government saying they are important and they have the right facts.
Valid. You can come back again, Charlie. You're an adequate guest.
Nah.
That's good. Okay, so we all know about the updates that are happening. Obviously, the PM, Boris Johnson, does them from his office in 10 Downing Street. But recently, the Foreign Secretary of State, deputy to the PM, Dominic Raab, apologies for not getting his name right, has been taken over responsibility this week. So there's a few people like Michael Gove who do it as well if people are a bit busy in the Cobra meeting to discuss what needs to go on and address. So basically when the PM's fit and healthy, he will be back doing our updates because, whether you like him or not, we want to see our PM fit and healthy, and we want to make sure that he is leading our country. Next week, instead of words, we'll focus on a bit of people as well. So we'll list some people off. If you see who are these faces, they seem important, but I haven't got the clue who they are. It's good to know who is in the government and who has been voted in and is supporting us and sort of fighting our cause for the UK. Okay, I am now going to play a little game with Charlie. I explained this game to Charlie very poorly, and you actually explained it quite well, Charlie. So what is our game?
Oh, okay. So it's word association with the rule of if we breach COVID-19 rules, you lose.
So we're going to name some activities and things to do. We are not prepared for this whatsoever. So if we can think of a reason why you cannot do it because it's breaching rules in COVID-19, you lose a life. Should we start with 3 lives, and it's going to be quick fire round.
Okay, yeah, go on then. I'm ready.
Okay. Got to think of one. Okay, Easter egg hunt.
What, so do I need to say you can't do it or you can?
No, you just say another activity. We're calling each other out.
Okay, cool. So if I say one that we can't do, you can call me out on it, I'll lose a life.
Yeah, well, no chance.
And it's got to associate with what you've just said.
Yes.
Okay, hunting.
Hunting? Sorry, I'm just going to go find the wildebeest in my lounge. Oh, I'll just go and get that lion mounted on. Yeah, next time I'm not going to have a cow. I'm going to have a cheetah mounted on here. Yeah, I'm going to call it Leslie. Okay. Hunting. Where'd you go with that? Eating a steak.
Cows.
Designing posters.
Printing posters.
Printing posters. I haven't got a printer in my home, so I have to leave my house.
Well, then you lose a life.
No! Oh, absolute rubbish. Okay, I'm on 2 lives. Okay, I've got to think of a new one. Creating a den in your front room.
Okay. Going round to your friend's house to destroy their den.
Declined. No going around the friends' houses.
Is that because you're not allowed to destroy the den?
No, it's because I don't have any friends.
Ah, fair game.
Yeah. So, wait, no, but you lose that. I definitely don't lose that.
Cool. Okay. Okay, I've got one. Weightlifting.
Weightlifting. As long as it's at home, you're fine. Making a beautiful bunch of flowers into a bouquet.
Where are you getting the flowers from?
My shrubbery in my back garden, not the park.
Raised allotment.
Raised allotment. Where is your raised allotment?
Oh, that's in my back garden.
That's in your back garden. Where is it raised to?
The heavens.
The heavens. Well, you can't go to the heavens either. It's too high and it's not on your plot of land.
Damn.
Damn indeed. Okay. Cooking.
Okay. Grocery shopping.
Oh, how long are you grocery shopping for?
Well, it's essential shopping, so...
What's in your essential shop?
A Costa coffee, a Yorkie bar, and a Scottish egg.
Wow. I mean, I might leave it up to the vote, but that's a definite decline. Those are not essentials. I went shopping the other day. I got flour, eggs, things for my sandwiches, loo roll, some medicine, squash, bit of coffee, some meat and vegetables. And it was a cheap shop as well. I was quite impressed with my savvy shopping skills. Okay, last round, Charlie, send us off.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a good one now. Building.
Building? Nope. You know what? What are you building?
I am building flat pack furniture for my bedroom.
Flat pack furniture. Well, I'm going to play and build Lego.
Okay, that's cool. And I am going to fix my bike.
I'm going to ride my bike.
Where and for how long?
I'm going to go to the local park to do it.
And is this the first time you've gone out, or is this...
No, I haven't gone home yet.
What do you mean you haven't gone home yet?
I'm still out there now, cycling down the road. Can I not go out for 5... If I go out for, 10 minutes every time, consistently, surely that's fine?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Well,
Up
that's
to an hour.
rubbish.
The thing you've got to remember is, Rupert, the longer you're out, the more chance you've got of catching that virus.
Wise words indeed. It's very, very true. The longer we stay at home, the less likely we are to catch it. I think that's something we need to do. Isolation is there for people's safety and your own. It's not just your welfare you're protecting. You could be that word we discussed earlier, asymptomatic, and you could pass it on to other people's households and friends. There's a lot of vulnerable people out there, and we need to protect them. Well, that was an interesting game, to say the least.
That literally made no sense, but we got some points across.
But I loved it. Yeah, and we'll do them more as well, consistently. Okay, so there we are. There are a lot of fake news, as we've said, and I think what we've discussed here is that in the fake news, in all the statistics, we can get really, really bogged down and swallowed up and get quite emotional about people who've been tested, people who've got it, and people who have unfortunately passed away from it as well. But we can't let these numbers get to us. We really have to stay strong. The more you read, the more numbers you feel. It's not healthy to dwell on all these numbers. It's important to just stick to what we know. The updates we've said and repeated from what the government has advised, and not dwell too much on, all these people have got it, all these countries are out, there's panic across, there's a pandemic. Where are these pandas coming from? Get them away. Keep them in their cages. No, it's not about that. It's about keeping calm, working with what you're doing at home, and staying positive with a few activities we've shared. Wouldn't you agree, Charlie?
Yep.
Staying in isolation saves lives, protects the NHS. I think all the slogans they have are really good. So, Charlie, what do I do if I have a dry cough or a temperature?
You stay at home. Because if you have a dry cough, you need to self-isolate for 2 weeks. The only reason you'd need to leave your home and go to the NHS is if the symptoms get worse and the 111 service decide they need to come and get you.
Smashing. If you are worried about anything, ring 111. They will give you advice if you think you've got it. If it's not COVID related, where should we go?
Home.
Where do you go if you're normally ill?
Home.
Home? What do you do if you've got symptoms? Doctors. But we're not allowed to leave our home.
You give them a call and they will tell you what you can do at home to make yourself comfortable until you've got over it.
Smashing. So some people might have, you might have fallen over and stubbed your toe, and you're a bit worried or something like that. Maybe give your doctor a ring. Maybe give 111 a ring. Your GP surgery will have an updated website about what to do. They'll often have you can type in and have a chat with someone, have a live stream with the doctor. Sometimes they don't always pick up the phone because they're not at the surgery or the practice. So check the website, check the NHS. Because there are still people who are unwell or worried. So just go online, give it a check. Make sure it's your official website and the official NHS. Charlie said earlier that all the COVID-19 stuff has been changed, so everything at the top is government approved. Isn't that right, Charlie?
Yeah, and one thing to remember, the NHS hospitals aren't exclusive to COVID-19. So if you break a leg, if you desperately need hospital attention, you can still go there for other reasons, and you will be treated. But make sure it's a good reason.
Indeed. I think that's wise words. So if I fall down the stairs, do you think I should go to hospital?
I think you should call 999 and they will either send an ambulance, or if you're conscious, they'll go through the test on the phone and determine if you're okay to stay there or not. 999
still active. GP surgery, online and phone call. 111 about COVID-19 and lesser emergencies. Proper emergencies, 999. Oh, no, 999. That's great.
Wrong stream, man. Wrong stream.
Wrong stream. That's our German podcast later. May we? Okay, so that leads us nicely on to our singing part. Joking, there will not be a matinee performance yet. If you want it, request it now. I will sing. Social media. We are starting our Friday Feelings podcast, giving out jargon. But what else are we doing? We have got a detailed plan. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Feelings podcast. We're going to be with you for every day, giving you live feed, live data, and some fun, interactive, positive messages and health and wellbeing messages to make sure you stay on it, active, happy, and healthy as best we can. Because we're not meeting in youth group settings in our local area, Kingsing, Norwich, Yarmouth, all across the county, we want to interact with you as best we can. And so Monday, what are we doing on Mondays, Charlie? As of in 3 days or 2 days, this Monday coming, what are we promoting?
We're advertising our services. We're advertising our Facebook page. We're advertising the invite-only Facebook group for young people that want a safe space to go and chat. We're advertising our Instagram, which is a dedicated space for information and resources. And we're advertising our website, which is called the YMCA Virtual Youth Club Suite, which is a one-stop shop for all activities YMCA Norfolk is hosting. We also are advertising the online one-to-one virtual youth support that we do via Facebook Live and Instagram direct message, Monday to Friday, 9 till 5.
Monday, promoting services, getting in contact with young people. If you need support, we can try and support you and help, or signpost you, where we have a massive network and a pool of people we can give information out to and signpost so you feel supported. If I feel a bit depressed or a bit anxious, is there a video for me on Monday morning? Yes, there is. You will see my mug doing a devotion or Charlie's mug on a devotion. We haven't sorted out who's going on, but I think it's my turn, and I think I'm going to be sharing a minute's video on how to stay positive in isolation. One of my recent ones was Nelson Mandela, and about how he survived for over 25 years in isolation. Incredible man with an incredible story, and we'll be sharing things like that to keep you in check. Tuesday, we've got some exciting stuff as well. We've released lots of challenges. I spoke about some activities I've done. I've built a den. I see one of our fellows live has also built a den as well. Charlie, why haven't you built a den? Build a den, Charlie.
Oh, just go in a cupboard.
You just go in a cupboard. I built a den. I've got two housemates. I built a den in my living room. They were in there the whole day just watching The Sound of Music. Then we went away. My other housemate just sat in there watching TV and having dinner. I didn't even use my den. It was rubbish. 2 mattresses, 2 sofas, 2 duvets and 3 blankets. It was massive. I played FIFA. Well, 1 game, and then it was just taken over by the movie. Building dens, toilet roll keepy uppies. We've got our wide range of challenges throughout the week that me and Charlie will look stupid and silly on. That's the point. Staying engaged, having fun, getting a frenzy up in your house. Why not?
Yep.
Wednesday. We've got live content. We're going to be giving you live updates on Instagram, Twittergram, our book, Facebook, Bebo, Foot, all other books.
Did you say Bebo?
Bebo, or whatever
that is not
all
a thing
social
anymore.
media. My space, your space, whoever's space. It doesn't matter. Just stay out of other people's space.
Nice.
We'll be releasing lots of updates. It's nice to, when you on social media, you see like models and like amazing people who've got the best hair and the best homes and the backgrounds. I've got a cow picture on my wall. We don't care what we look like some of the days. We're just going to show you what we do for fun, what our office space looks like, what we're making for lunch and dinner, bring you a humble approach to what's going on. Charlie, what's your video going to be on Wednesday? What are you going to show?
I'm going to show you probably all of the pets that live in my house.
What's it going to... Charlie's Farmyard Frenzy. I cannot wait to see your Farmyard Frenzy. The best zoo in the world. Hopefully you'll be able to punch a chicken,
It's better
but not
than
on live.
It is almost like the Tiger Kings.
The what?
How do you not know what the Tiger King is?
The Lion King?
Tiger King.
Haven't got a clue.
Netflix, the most watched show at the moment.
I've seen it. Don't worry. I've completed Netflix. I've got a gold achievement. Thursday.
You need to watch that show, man. The references that are going around at the moment are all about Tiger King, man.
Mate, it's all about Cowgate right now.
Typical Carol Baskin.
Thursday, we're going to be promoting some mental health awareness stuff. YMCA have got lots of fingers and lots of pies, and we're going to be trying to promote some Mind Matters stuff as well, making sure your mental health and well-being is looked after with quality things like your mental health first aid box, drawing, completing, writing down all the positive things that you can go to if you have a bit of a bad day, a bit of a wobble, as you were. I feel anxious. I can go to my mental health first aid box and pick up something that de-stresses me or takes my mind off things. We're going to be promoting things like that. We're going to share. We're going to draw and create as well. We're going to be sharing resources and signposting. Yep. Charlie?
All resources will be downloadable from the YMCA Virtual Youth Club Suite. So watch the video on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to take part, just go to the website, download the resource.
We love
sharing
resources.
Is caring.
We love free resources. What don't we like for? Paying. Correct. Correct Elemundo. Wonderful. Okay, and Friday, we'll be having these Friday feeling podcasts where you're going to be zoomed up to my face and Charlie's as well. And we might have special guests as well. Depends if Charlie's free or if he has an early bedtime. Or if he's still streaming on Twitch. You know, I like to think I win on the podcasts, but we never know. Charlie is our tech man for these, and I'm just the mug with a cow poster.
Yep, you are.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, Friday feelings, how we're doing, what we're feeling. After all that, Charlie, do you feel a bit more informed?
Mate, I feel so informed that I don't even want isolation to end.
Yep. Okay, so if you don't want isolation to end, you can leave a comment and we won't reply to it. No, we will. We're here to support everyone. So our Friday Feelings podcast, they might be slightly shorter next time. They might be slightly longer. We're constantly tweaking them. If you want to see us do things, get involved. We're going to play some games. We're going to have pictures. We're going to have art. We're going to have an absolute laugh. This is going to be a maximum of an hour of things that you haven't seen from us before. The behind the scenes of what YMCA engagement workers see and do in their own home, what we're feeling.
This podcast is 100% interactive, so throughout the week, if you want to join and you have a webcam, just let one of us know. We will bring you in during a part of the session and you can get involved in these games. I mean, like, I sucked at all of the games today. We could do with another opponent.
Yeah, indeed. We'll have to get like a multi-call or something like that. I don't know if that's even possible. Or maybe I'll get a housemate involved. My housemate has just walked in and he's now slinking away into the depths. He'll come on board. He'd know all the Harry Potter quotes or something like that. Awful. Right,
he's a
well, there
boy.
we go. We've had some Friday feelings about what we can do, what we can share, and how we've gone. I've had a really good week. I played cricket in my back garden today, actually. I felt I was really struggling to do some work. And one of my housemates took me out and said, let's just have some sports. We made a game. Oh, my garden's tiny. We had a tiny bit of French cricket in the garden and things like that. It's just about sharing positive messages and ideas. So that is it for our Feelings Friday podcast. We hope you've enjoyed it and you've at least tuned in or skipped to some funny bits and things like that. I've had a laugh, hasn't been that stressful, and we will see you again next Friday. This is the YMCA.
Just want to add,
podcast.
Please stay to the end of the credits, because one of our Great Yarmouth housing clients called Steve-O, I believe his name is, has produced a coronavirus rap, which I think people might enjoy. If people want copies of it, just comment. Okay.
I don't have anything to do with that, by the way.
After that will come a video about the Youth Services of England. Sign the petition. Your voice matters. Okay.
Wise words, Charlie. Thank you very much. Stay to watch the amazing Steve-O, and if you can, sign up to the vote partition. What's it called?
Petition.
Hopefully I'll be better next time. Over
Right.
out. Good to see ya.
Toodles.
My name's Stephen Phipps. I'm a resident of the YMCA. This is my COVID-19 rap. I hope you enjoy it. Yo, COVID-19. This ain't a warning. It's simply some rules that you should follow. Too many people are ignoring the advice. So I'll try and be nice. No promises. Check it. Media screaming at you to stay in. NHS got millions helping by volunteering. Pasta, bread and milk are being frantically sold. Special shopping hours at supermarkets for the high risk and old. Rules are bold and blatantly clear. Stay inside your homes, don't get caught out here. Installing fear is what is needed. Day after day the government has constantly pleaded. People stocking up on stuff that's blatantly not needed. Financially, the world's economy has been bleeded dry. So don't sit inside your home watching your TV wondering why. Donald Trump needing a bailout from Vladimir Putin. Boris down to the ICU because now he's shooting. Home deliveries door to door. People panicking so much more. We won't be done until this country installs martial law. Social distancing is a goddamn must. At the same time, the banks have gone bust. ATMs are empty. After I release this, conspiracy theorists will probably try to pleat this. But I'm doing all I can to press the issue. More needs to be done than a mask and a tissue. And putting on some damn gloves. Queen addressing the country, believing that she's above. Yet sick people still walk amongst me, lingering in the street. As the world slips from its feet to its knees, what it needs is rules to be followed. How much more can be borrowed? Whilst people drop with heads down, living in sorrow. Your pride is what you must swallow. Nothing will overshadow this pandemic. How many days will we die before we damn get it? Single mum stressing, trapped in all day. Public services doing all they can and going out their way. Hospital corridors filled with COVID screams. We're all on the same team, wanting the same goal and the same objective, but your advice seems to have been ignored and neglected. Put your mask on and your gloves and take COVID control. The world as a whole, not just 10%. Government's giving extra cash so you can pay your rent. Warnings were sent, but they were blatantly ignored. Meanwhile, fatality rates rise upon the scoreboards. But the question I'm asking, how long will it be lasting? From ministers laying down rules but breaking in themselves like a bunch of fools, shutting down shops and schools. Most of us are pretending not to be fussed. Social distancing is a complete must. 2 meters apart is not enough in my eyes. Live up to 24 hours on every single service. Idiocy in your mind if you believe that you'll swerve it. Cardboard and plastic, some say that it's drastic. It lingers in the air, so we need to start to care. Laying dormant for 3 weeks with no symptoms there. At the peak of the infection, I hope you listen. Some say it's not fair until it's hitting. Watching TV from your living room chair, staying there for your family's sake. Time limits unknown, how long will it take? The world will bloody break from our careless mistakes. The government released it, now it's in our hands and taking control. Meanwhile, putting up 5G masks, see the bigger picture and take your mask with you. Worldwide hysteria, no one coming near to you. Made in America and spread through China. If you're not careful, it may find you. Meanwhile, Boris is sitting in the ICU. We're sat in isolation and there's nothing we can do. The world was warned until it came true, now the rest is up to you. So wash your hands and cover your face. More infectious than the Spanish flu. How many more will die until it gets through to you? For every 10 cases, there's 2 damn deaths. That's 1 in 5 chance that there's no one left. Listen to the warning, cause you know it's for the best. Shops closed, stock thrown as donations fly in. 500,000 British people volunteering. Beating the infection within the NHS. Doctors going to work with their head a mess, stressed. Super virus won't take exception. Rates keep rising as the country's hiding. Stay inside and keep fighting. If you want to keep fighting, put on your gloves and your mask. We're facing the biggest kind of task that's ever faced us. In World War I, between 35 million and 50 million soldiers died from Spanish influenza, but now they weren't meant to, and now it's spreading like infection. Stand here and tell me that I'm standing like expecting. Yo, COVID-19, Steve-O, 2020. Listen, stay safe.